Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slack. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the brand new Saie Beauty Airset Powders. These are brand new translucent setting powders from Saie Beauty and I was very excited to get my hands on them. I got them in two shades. I got them in translucent medium and translucent deep. So I'll be testing them out for you guys today. But if you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slack family. And without further ado guys, here is the video. I was really excited to see that they launched this. I saw it initially on Cult Beauty and then I went on their Instagram and there was loads of information and loads of photos about it. I hadn't really seen news of it launch anywhere else, so I thought I would get a review up for you guys. It came in 3 shades. I got 2 of them just to be helpful, I guess, and I also really didn't know which ones were going to be the ones for me. So I got the shade translucent medium and translucent deep. I'm presuming they're going to be quite similar to the Laura Mercier translucent setting powders in medium and deep as well. So I will be doing swatch comparisons of those and anything else I have that might be helpful. The thing that was a bit confusing about this was that the medium looked like it might be a bit light and the deep looked like it might be a bit rich. So I didn't really know which way to go, so I thought I would get both. It did say that the medium was for shades up to number 7 in the tint. I don't have the tint, but I looked at the swatches online and it looked like number 7 would be my shade. So I think if you are number 7, medium might be fine, but I wanted to get the deep just so you guys could see it and also just in case the medium was a bit light. They come in their signature lilac boxes, which I do really like. They're always really nice. And there are 4 grams in these and they're nowhere near as big as the Laura Mercier, but the Laura Mercier ones are abnormally large. The Laura Mercier is a whopping 29 grams, which is probably one of the reasons why it's so popular, because you get so much product and it's really not overpriced for anything. So you get 29 grams in Laura Mercier, 4 grams in the Saie. In the Pat McGrath you get 5 grams, and in the Charlotte Tilbury you get 13 grams. You get quite a lot in the Charlotte Tilbury. Pat was like one of the smallest ones, and that's actually bigger than the Saie. In the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powders you have 10 grams. So they're all fairly large, nothing's bigger than the Laura Mercier, and the Saie one is the smallest one of them all, but it is also super affordable in terms of price. It is £20 and $30 US. So it's a bit more in dollars, but in pounds it's pretty cheap. So they say translucent is for very light to light skin tones, translucent medium is for medium to medium tan skin tones, and translucent deep is for deep to dark skin tones. It is a radiant loose setting powder. They say it's got like a creamy formula, so I guess it's not going to be like a drying powder. Hopefully it will be something like my Hyaluronic Hydra powder from By Terry, which is one of my favorite powders because it's so natural looking and feeling on the skin. Those are the swatches on. Translucent medium definitely seems like it's going to be the one for me. It's kind of disappeared into my skin. They both have a very nice radiance to them. They look kind of natural and sparkly and not too chalky, which is great. They do also both have a really nice warmish brownish undertone to them, whereas something like the Laura Mercier Honey and the two Charlotte Tilbury ones, they look a bit more of a bit like they have a whiter undertone. The Saie Beauty ones remind me much more of the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep, the Pat McGrath, and also both of the By Terry's. They all have a kind of more browny, softer, richer undertone to them, which I hope will mean they'll be a lot more flattering and also more translucent on medium to richer skin tones as well. So I'm excited to try these. They feel nice. I like the packaging. It's very fun, funky. One of the best things about it is that it has like a little opening closing dispenser. I definitely do feel like this translucent deep is going to be a bit rich for me, but I'll try and use it around my cheeks. Okay, so I've got a bit of corrector under my eye because they were looking a bit dark. Here is the Glossier Stretch, because it's nice and creamy. I think it'll be a good one to test this with to see how well it sets something super creamy. It does say to use with a brush, but if you've got translucent setting powders, you probably use a sponge as well. So just gonna open it. I really do like the radiance in this. I think it's really nice. And it's actually a really nice shade. It looks a lot lighter in the bottom than it does when you actually bring out the powders. It feels very lightweight. It feels like I'm not putting anything on. Ooh, that's nice. And you can see it just disappears. So that is the translucent medium on this side. I actually really like this. I think it looks really nice. It's very blurring, smoothing. Doesn't look like it's giving me any color. It looks pretty translucent. And it looks nice. I quite like it. So what I'm going to do, before I do the sponge under my eye with the translucent medium, I want to try and put a bit of translucent deep on my face. So this is translucent deep. It's a bit richer, it's a bit cooler. I'm going to use a different brush. That is it with the translucent deep on this side and the translucent medium on this side. In the end, I just wanted you guys to see what it looked like with the side by side, and I don't think there's a huge amount of difference between them. They both have the same like smoothing, blurring finish, but this one's a little bit richer, ever so slightly under the eye, then this one's a bit brighter. I'm gonna give you guys a quick close up. On this side, I'm going to pop a little bit of the translucent medium under my eye. Hopefully I'm not going to mess this up. I will come back and show you how this wears throughout the day, because I think it could be helpful to see. I do think it looks good. Obviously I've got quite a bit of powder on and it's not like super sunny or anything, but I do love the feeling of this. It feels really light on, it's very silky to apply, and it's done a really good job of like kind of blurring my skin and making me look like powdered. So I think it's pretty good. I think I would definitely use the translucent medium more than the deep, just because I do think the deep is fine, but it doesn't really lift my complexion in the same way that the medium does. And the medium's a nice medium, it's not as yellow and bright as the Laura Mercier, so I think it's a really nice one. That is the Saie Beauty Airset Powder. I don't think it's as like au naturel as the By Terry hyaluronic hydro powders. It feels as lightweight as those do, and it feels as silky as those do, but it does feel a bit more robust. It really does feel like it is absorbing oil, and it feels like a proper powder. I feel like it's somewhere in between the By Terry hyaluronic hydro powder and also the Laura Mercier setting powders. I don't think it's as setting as that, but I think it's a lot closer to the Laura Mercier than it is to the By Terry. I think they've done a really good job. They've really powdered down my face, blurred my skin, smoothed out my skin, and they feel light. They don't feel like cakey or thick or anything. I feel like it's a lot smoother and less creasy under my eye where I used a sponge and when I used a brush. But I do really like the fact that I was able to layer the sponge one on top of something I'd already powdered down with the brush, so it is quite layerable. It's not too bad at all. It does look a bit more natural on the one where I just used one layer of powder, but considering I've got two different types of powders on this side, I think it's done a really good job, and it looks really smooth in terms of under my eyes, creasing and fine lines. It is now 3:38. I'm gonna do a wear test. I am back. It is now 10:39. I've been wearing this since 3:38. 7 hours. I've had this on for 7 hours. I feel like it's done a good job. It's still pretty, it's held up pretty well. I still look fairly powdered. Not as powdery as I did before, which I think is a good thing. I was quite like perfected and it was quite like intense. Obviously my under eyes have gone. I don't know what to do about these guys, like really. But I think for 7 hours, I'm still looking pretty good. Still looking fairly smooth. Still looking pretty good. Not too oily. I'm normally a lot shinier in these areas. I'm actually normally a lot shinier. Both really nice shades. They're very soft, very silky on. They feel light, but they do a very good job. Like my By Terry hyaluronic hydro powders are very lightweight, very natural looking. They're not the most robust in terms of oil control when compared to something like the Laura Mercier, but I feel like I said, this one kind of bridges the gap between the two and kind of gives me like the natural lightweight feel, the silky lightweight natural feel of the By Terry, but then gives me a bit more of the robustness of the Laura Mercier. So I think that's actually a really good powder, and I can't believe the price is so affordable. £20 and $30 US. Really impressed with the price of this. I'm really impressed with the quality of this. Really impressed with how it looks still. I feel like I look a lot more perfected than I normally do. Normally I look a bit more like greasy and grey by now. My under eyes are obviously like a hot mess, but they always are. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Will you be buying it? Will you be trying it? Let me know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We would love to have you in the Slap family, trying to get us to 5K, so do subscribe if you haven't already. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slap family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on